So here's an example of a small virtual network, and I want to kind of walk through this diagram and show you the pieces of it here. The cloud environment there is not cloud storage or services. I'm referring to the internet. So anything that's outside of your control is what's going on in that cloud. Then the firewall that I have in the diagram would be the router appliance that you've purchased that connects your home network to the outside world through your internet service provider. So your Linksys router, for example, or whatever brand that you have selected. And then you've got your host PC, which is your laptop or PC, whichever you're using, that connects to your router to go out to the outside world as you would normally do in any day-to-day situation. But on your host PC is what you're going to run your virtual machine software, be that VirtualBox or VMware Workstation Player or Hyper-V, whichever you select. Within that virtual machine management application, you'll now build instances of guest virtual machines. Juice OS, as I talked about earlier, would be where my mouse is hovering right there. You will add to it 2 virtual network interfaces. One of them is going to go to your host machine and be natted out to your firewall, which is then going to NAT you again out to the internet. So in the environment that I've built right here, you are double firewalled off, or double NAT firewalled. So that's going to keep you somewhat safe, not completely safe though. I do not recommend that you ever experiment with self-replicating code such as worms and viruses or things of that nature, because if you make one mistake in not properly sandboxing or isolating your lab environment, things can get out of hand very, very quickly. So the ability to make sure that you're perfectly safe in that type of an environment would be simply to cut the line right there and have your lab environment not be connected to the internet at all through any type of mechanism. Simply set up your virtual machines and keep them physically isolated. When it comes to safe lab environments, always isolate at the physical layer first. That is the best way to make sure. Beyond that, we can also have this router set out to 2 other network segments if we want to be able to send traffic between them across that router.